I'm always so silly. Not always, but when I want to be. um, Relax, love. We're gonna we're gonna update these labels. Homie G's, don't worry about me. And then work-life balance a little bit. Still bangers. Honestly, honestly, I need to be making some more because when I tell you what's in here, feels like God did it. It's like magic, girl. Even if you don't believe in the metaphysical properties, right? It smells like heaven. So it's a banger either. Capricorn laughs in Capricorn, courage and confidence. Like you need a little bit more of that. Might as well, bruh. Money, money, money. Do you see this? Do you see this? Money, bangers, bangers. Yes, and a little bit more relax. Trying to chill. I'm not trying to be too hyphy. Not trying to be too hyphy. Can you tell where I'm from? Hyphy. I'm so silly. Anyways, I'm supposed to be coming on here making a quick short video, but I always be liking to say, "Oh, I'm gonna make a short video," and Spirit be like, "We're gonna have you do what we want you to do," and I'd be like, "Okay, it's only the Most High. Only if it's the Most High, we're gonna sit here and talk a little bit more." But this one is supposed to be quick because I do have other things to do, and God knows too. Okay. Um, but my back needs to loosen. Somebody needs to stretch some more. And maybe that's me, but maybe that's you too. Um, First, welcome to Embodied Spirituality, where spirit likes to have a conversation with you, me, and thee. Okay. Um, let's jump in, I guess. Oh wait, we always like to get these disclaimers in, baby boy, baby girl, because you know everybody should be warned. No, I'm just kidding. Everybody should be warned. I do like to cuss a little bit here and there. A little saucy, but I'm not too crazy. Okay. And if that's not your speed, that's okay. Fine. Whatever. Um, Obviously, with the name of the title, it kind of feels like Spirit is coming in a little bit spicy. So maybe I'm going to be a little extra spicy today. Um, but I'm going to try and keep it cute and nice and light. So I don't think that there's any other major disclaimer. I'm not talking about anything too crazy today. Yeah, just I have to get this off of my chest at 3:45 on the clock. Got to get this off of my chest. So personally, right? Oh, my name's Ashante Marie. If I didn't say that, but personally, I was watching right how we got here. I was listening to some videos, some spiritual videos on YouTube, just like y'all watching me, right? And I was like, I heard two different readers use the phrase hopeless romantic. And I was just like, because she's one of them, and she's like kind of a newer reader that I'm listening to. So I'm just trying to like fill her out or whatever. But she was like, and you're a hopeless romantic. Her voice is, kind of that pitch. And I was just like, no, nope, nah. No. Hopeful romantic? Yes. Hopeful romantic? Yes. Okay, cool. Push. Then I was listening to this other YouTube spiritualist, and she doesn't use like necessarily cards on her video, like very, very rare. But she comes through with some messages, and her messages have been like it's been overwhelmingly apparent that it's God, the divine working through her for real, for real. So, but even she had the moment, and we all human too. We're all human channelers in this game. And she said, maybe you've always been a hopeless romantic. Or and I'm like, what is this? Like, this is I said, oh wow. It's so interesting how like we are all on different paths and all on different journeys and get to different places at different times. But I'm also like, bruh, it's 2025 and we're still calling this shit hopeless romantic. Why? Why? Like, why? Like, why? Haven't we already started this game of like, okay, let's mind our words a little bit here and there? But you're going to say, look, my back is all tight because of this too. I'm trying to get this off of my off of my chest, off of my back. Hopeless romantic? Fuck that shit. Yeah. Fuck that shit. Okay? And if you weren't present to some of these past videos, let me just let you know that thought of a hopeless romantic is a thought. And thought like them hoes over there thought, okay? Thought. That was a them hoe over there thought. Who thinks? Who? Why? Why? Why are we still in this fucking why? In this day and age, are we still considering a hopeless romantic like a badge of fucking honor? Ooh, like you can just call yourself a romantic at the end of the day. Period. Like you can just call I'm a romantic. Period. I'm a romantic, not a hopeless romantic. Hopeless. Can we stop using this phrase? And I just gave y'all free news, like free, perfectly good news. If you need to use a phrase that sounds similar, that you need to shift your thought around, right? Hopeful. You're a hopeful romantic. I'm a hopeful romantic. I'm a hopeful romantic. I'm a hopeful romantic. Because my hopes and my dreams and my wishes all come to me. Say it again for the ones in the back. Because my hopes and my dreams and my wishes all come to me. I need y'all to just like rewind it, go back, go 10 seconds, maybe 20, listen to that again. So your perspective, this is how we got to this title, okay? Your perspective is keeping your joy away. Your perspective is keeping your joy away. Your perspective is keeping your joy away. Like for real. Like you gotta let you have to rewire. This is the point of this. This is why I keep coming up on here. Okay. This is why God is like, come on, just come on, do it. Rewire. You have to rewire your brain. And one thing that I am grateful for, thank you, Spirit. One thing I'm super, super, super grateful for, I may not be a perfect individual. And that was the disclaimer that I really wanted to put at the beginning. I am not a perfect individual. I have my things. I still have rewiring to do in different areas and aspects of my life all the time. That's the point of this journey and this goal. But while I've been on this journey for a bit of time, maybe let me just share some good news with you. You can change your perspective to attract your dreams, your hopes, and your wishes to you. Just a minor shift in thought. And it may not feel minor. Let's be clear. It's a minor shift, but it may not feel like a minor shift. Okay? Hopeful, romantic. So the disclaimer was, now I did lost my train of thought. That I'm not perfect. Right, exactly. I'm not perfect. Boom. So I'm still working on this too. Okay. But when it comes to this specific, that's why I said in the description below, it said this is probably just one of many. Okay. One of many. The first of many. Right? Change your perspective. Shift. Shift. Reiki. Shift. Okay. Shift. So here's how I wanted to tie it in, right? Like, don't mind me, I have a napkin. Hopeless. Okay, so here's the thing, right? I think you guys like get the point, right? A little bit about like why are we doing this? You know, you kind of get the idea of yeah, no. Maybe you should shift the thought, right? But like, can we talk about why are we still walking around saying that for real, for real? And like, I know not everybody wants to have their own business and whatnot, but like, would you would you respect, invest in, back somebody that's like, I'm a hopeless business entrepreneur? Who says I what? I don't even want to say it on this damn camera. Girl, I'm a girl, or boy, man, woman, him, them, whoever. Okay? Them, they, you know, I'm friends with all of them. How about that? How about that? If you want to see me, see me. The fuck? Told you, spicy. Spicy energy. Okay? Why would you even say that? Like, why are we walking around with this damnation? Oh, the word that came up earlier today for me, derelict. I was like, I don't even know what that, like, I know what it means, but I was like, let me look this up. Speaking of, where is my phone? Not anywhere close to me. So we're going to just hop over, open a new tab or something. See, let's make this smaller so I can make sure I can see myself while we recording. But derelict. Yeah, I feel like Spirit's been giving me words, like Spirit likes to do with everybody, drops in little messages bloop, into your mind so you can have like some reflection around it and like see where it's a them hoe over there. And anyways, coming back to that, I was like, you know, that hopelessness, like that's not even God. Like hopeless is not that's not God. That don't feel good. Like why are we holding on to that? Why are we trying to use that like a badge, like we get to win a prize, like love is gonna come to us because we call ourselves that? That's not it. That's not that. That is not that. You may be attracting something, but not the thing that you actually really want. Girl. Anyways, so the word earlier this morning, if we're trying to learn new vocabulary too at the same time, derelict, okay? Derelict. It's called D-E, it's spelled, sorry, it's called. It's spelled Derelict, okay? And it's an adjective, okay? It says in very poor condition as a result of disuse and neglect. In a very, you heard that? Spirit said, in a girl, in a very poor condition as a result of disuse and neglect. That's what hopelessness is. That shit sounds like that to me. I don't want to be hopeless in nothing. I want to be hopeful in everything. Everything that I want, everything that I dream of, everything that I can imagine that is good for me and good for everybody involved. Okay? Spirit. I'm like, my shoulders itching. So, anyways, I wanted to talk about that. I feel like that's like the main message. There was something else that wanted to come through earlier, but I didn't actually write it down. um, but yeah, we got to start shifting our perspectives about things. I feel like that was it. That was my little came in spicy, came in hot, dropped a vocab word for y'all. Look, listen. I'm sure I'm gonna have more videos trying to help everybody, myself included, um, establish the awareness, right? The awareness of knowing when it's a thought that's of the divine or it's a thought of like lower energies that don't feed you, you know? And even if you maybe needed to believe that for so long to bring you out of not feeling like you were a lover, like maybe claiming that you were a hopeless romantic was like your way of, reclaiming the word romantic as an adjective for yourself. Um, so I want to respect and honor your journey in that, if that's where you're coming from. If you didn't believe in love and you needed to hold on to hopeless romantic to bring you to a place of feeling, or experiencing any level of love, because it does produce people. Like I've seen a lot of people in my life who use that term, and like that is like how they have titled themselves in a lot of ways. And I've seen them attract, you know, relationships, in their life, but it usually is like this like love bubble that gets burst, after so long. That's usually wasn't as love bubble as you thought it was, because there's that hopeless aspect that got manifested in all of that. So, we end up where we are, but maybe that also gave them a place and a space to be able to attract just love in the first place, or feelings and the semblances of love in that way, so that they can then learn to manifest and then shift their thought from that place to this place to this place to hopefulness, so that they can invite the real deal into their life. I think that's amazing. And just to kind of speak on the hopeful romantic stuff in terms of like how that's shifted me in my space, like knowing that I'm a hopeful romantic, I get to notice all the times. I try to, notice as much as I can all the times that I have shared so much love relationships with people. Like just a quick little note, I did Reiki on a friend that I've known for years, but this was my first time ever giving her hands-on Reiki. And decade, I've known her for over a decade, a close friend. And it was just like after the Reiki and after the session, which was also beautiful in itself and, you know, eye opening for I think everybody involved, right? Which is the point of why people get Reiki, right? And awareness. And cleansing and healing and rebalancing. And I can't wait to check in on her today. I'm so excited. There's more work, but I'm so excited. But after that, we had this like beautiful, delicious meal. The meal was so good. It was just like thrown together this little hodgepodgey situation. And it was just like, it just felt like love. Like we were warm, we're in a cozy space. There was like cats, so you could pet something soft. There was good food. The food was yummy. We had like something fresh and like natural. And it was like also we had something like grounding and heart. It was just like perfect. And that is love. And that I'm like, oh my God, it is so beautiful. And even just like attaching yourselves to the little moments of like, oh my God, this person brought me this thing, or oh my God, like, you know, they showed up for me in the space that I didn't think that they were going to show up for me. And I feel like a lot of relationships that I've established with people over the years too, and for especially people who are not, or especially for people who, yeah, we all can be unsure in like how we identify our friends. Like I just heard something this morning saying like, oh, like the friends that you name, like only so many of them will maybe name you or something like that. And I was just like, I tried to make sure that, I do show up for people. Like if they ask, they, or in this, like they're like, hey, especially in the beginning stages, and I do show up after the fact too, but like in the beginning stages of like, oh, I invite you to my art gallery show. And I'm like, yeah, like I'm gonna go. I'm gonna pop up. Like maybe like, yeah, I'm gonna show up. Like I'm really your homie. Like I'm really your homie. Um And even in that, and being able to like show up there, and then they reciprocate, and then it becomes this like vibrant like conduit of energy of love that keeps like growing and nurturing itself. And that is what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, 2020 was on the clock. Okay, when I was saying that is what I was talking about. Just nurturing and love and just like growing, and showing up for people. And even if you like, no matter where it comes, maybe it's a coworker, maybe it's your family, maybe it's like, I don't know, maybe it's your neighbor, maybe it's your church member, maybe like somebody, maybe it's somebody that you met at bingo. Like, I don't know. But like start to, and maybe it's just people being nice on like when you say hi, give somebody a compliment. That is love. That share love, bruh. That is being a hopeful romantic. I am being hopeful. I'm sharing and receiving. Bruh, opening it up. Bruh, share the wealth. Love is love. Love is meant to be shared. Share the wealth, okay? Good God. Good God. Okay. I think I'm about to get off of here. That was my little video. I'm gonna have to create a little sign off, whatever. But if you like this video, I would highly encourage you watch it again. Rewind, drop a comment on somebody else's comment, like it. You can subscribe, all those other things. Do the thing, show support. Here's my thing: share the love. The point is, share the love. Like, what does it hurt you to like somebody's stuff? Like, anyways, that's all. That's all for today. That's the message for today. Maybe there's something later, more tonight, but I'll see y'all soon. Love you so much. Bye.